Hey, this is Charles, and today I'll go over this question. Is the Amway business opportunity a scam? So you might be tired of the old routine, and a lot of people join this opportunity because they're dreaming of financial freedom. And I'll let you know up front that this was actually the first business that I started many, many decades ago. And so it is very appealing if you are ever in a presentation, especially if you have friends that have a lot of success, and then you realize that after joining that, it's not that easy. And a lot of people have faced disappointment and lost a lot of money. So here's something, a very important statistic. There are over 75% of the independent business owners, IBOs, that quit within a year. And it's essential to uncover the truth about why this is going on. So, before we dive into all the details, I want to let you know about a special gift. And I provide something called the Passive Income Framework. So, if you are interested in financial freedom, time and location freedom, make sure that you check out the link in my description. And you might be wondering, who am I? Who is this guy talking on this video? My name is Charles Draven, and I'm here in Silicon Valley. I've been building online businesses for well over a decade. And I got started online because I realized that my traditional business, which was in financial consulting, it just wasn't sustainable. And so I wanted something that was extremely flexible, especially one that I could pretty much spend more time with my family. And I've tried a whole bunch of online models and offline models as well. Many were complex, cost a lot of money, or just didn't work. And then I stumbled onto something that was simple, and I've tweaked it across many, many years. It's pretty much the same model, but because of the changing algorithms, whether that's in the social space or search engine space, I've had to modify it, but it's still working today. And so this channel that I'm focused on here, Influenced by TV, it's all about helping ordinary people profit handsomely using straightforward strategies. So let's talk about Amway. So here's a potential pitfall. Many IBOs lose money or quit within a year, which raises concern about the legitimacy of the business. So you might be wondering about that, and I'll talk about that later. Recruiting focus. The emphasis on recruitment over product sales can feel like a red flag for potential members. A lot of people start to think about pyramid schemes, especially the ones that are not legitimate. And so it has that type of structure. So I'll talk about that more. Product quality. While some products are well received, the marketing strategies can be misleading. So I have seen this in the past where this is across a lot of health and wellness programs that I've seen. I can't say all of them, but because so many people are trying to get the sales, they might say something that is misleading, making people feel that it is like a medical fix, a cure, which it is not. And so uh, Amway has many products, not just in like internal health and wellness. They also have things for especially beauty products. They also have things like water filters and air cleaners and much more. When I got started, they're selling a lot of home products. Back then, it was a paper catalog, and I could even order a very popular car stereo and order clothing and a lot of other things that I don't see in Amway today. But one of the things that I noticed was because people really wanted to encourage sales, they didn't have any sales skills. They didn't know how to persuade people legitimately. So unfortunately, I saw a lot of people talking about things like it was like something that was like a miracle, which it is not. Especially water cleaners. They use a lot of reverse osmosis and they use UV and all that stuff. But a lot of that is actually available in standard water filters. I can't say standard, I would say premium water filters if you look for those types. So again, I think it's the product quality is great. They have a lot of organic products as well. A lot of I should say a lot of food-based products, especially in the nutritional supplement range, whole food products. So a lot of good stuff. Financial risk. The initial cost and ongoing purchases may leave you with financial strain instead of profits. I can't say what happened, like let's say after the pandemic, but I know that before that time, a lot of people were stocking up on products. They were buying up tons of inventory. And to qualify for certain benefits, like financially, monetary benefits, they would buy a whole bunch of products within their families or their teams. They call that internal consumption. So that looks like it inflates pretty much what they have. It shows that they've sold a lot, but in fact, they've actually purchased a lot of stuff on their own. So that's a very big risk. The company doesn't tell people to do that for the most part. There might be some leaders that do, but I would say as adults, people have the right to do that if they want to. It's just not good business practice. If you're trying to show that you're making a lot of sales, you have to sell to other people besides yourself or your family. Legal scrutiny. Amway faced a lot of legal challenges, though it has not been labeled as a pyramid scheme due to its product sales focus. There's still a lot of people that realize what type of structure it is. And in this age where people are looking for legitimate opportunities, there are so many things going on in this world, especially when you think about people that are doing a lot of work for individual companies. You might have seen this in the gig economy where people are trying to look for financial or health, medical related benefits from employers. They're calling these gigs. I'm not talking about Amway here, but they're talking about a lot of gigs, especially online gigs. They're trying to seek benefits, just like regular employment. That's what's going on. I'm not an attorney, but that is what's going on in this landscape. You could see it in some of these rideshare apps. You'll see a lot of news on that, how a lot of the people that are doing rideshare, because they spend so much time on it, they feel that they're employees, and so there are current legal issues, discussions related to that in the gig economy. It's big news, so you could look for it on the news. Besides that, there are other alternatives. So there are so many alternatives online. Before, I would say before the internet, people would have to look for opportunities to make money, mostly through, like, let's say, direct sales or multi-level. But now there are so many opportunities online beyond what Amway is. Transparency issues. Potential business owners should be informed of earnings and legal troubles before committing. This is something that it depends on the leadership. I believe the website Amway, they provide a lot of information, especially legal information, but it's kind of like the whole thing with fine print or going down to the footer of a website and researching it. When people sign contracts, they have a lot of big attorneys, I'm sure, that are drafting these materials. But if you think about it, I knew somebody in one of the largest teams that was abroad, and that team would also recruit a lot of people. And I would say where I'm at here in Silicon Valley, and there's a very diverse population. To say that, what I mean is that uh, English isn't always the first language, and so there's a lot of legal information, legalese that some people may not understand. So while the company does provide a lot of the legal information, I can see just like how I was at a car dealership and the person was trying to rush me and just say, oh, here's the summarized version. You don't need to read all that. Just go ahead and sign the documents. I'll tell you what it means. I see that a lot, especially when there are very long contracts and they want to save time, they want to make sales, and they realize that people won't get it or it might create some obstacles in the sales process. So I totally get it. Community feedback. Hearing from current and former IBOs can provide valuable insights to guide your decision. There are pros and cons to that. Some people really, really know the business. Some people do not. And some people will say, I didn't make money. It just doesn't work. There are people that make a lot of money. I've seen a lot of people say that it really takes somebody to come in and be at the top to actually make a lot of money, and they have to come in early on because it's a pyramid scheme. I have seen other information where people are successful because they do work hard and they didn't come in a long time ago. It's because of their pure effort of them and their team. So some people may not understand that, and I've seen a lot of especially one of the big reasons why a lot of these feelings against MLM have been coming up is that there is a huge movement online, the anti-MLM movement. And so that is big. That is extremely big. And a lot of people that have poured tons and tons of money, especially their retirement savings or other savings that they might have had into this business and realize they didn't get the return on investment, especially after spending tons and tons of money, going meeting after meeting, convention after convention, and buying tons of inventory. I totally get where they're coming from, but there's a lot of people that are angry, and so I totally get that. So community feedback, it could be good and it could be bad. Just realize that not everyone knows everything about the company or other people's success, but they do know about their failures or their inability to make money. I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying that unfortunately they're in a situation where they weren't provided with the tools and resources to succeed, and everyone has a different level of risk tolerance and what they want to go through and what I would say they're based on personality, things that they do want to do and things that they don't want to do. And that is like one of the big reasons why I left the industry many years ago. It's because there are things that I just didn't want to do. So there are simpler ways to make money. There are more passive strategies. Being in MLM, being in meetings after meetings, and staying up very late at night just wasn't my thing. It doesn't have to be everyone's thing. And of course, leaders can say that they don't need to spend that much time in Amway, and it's because they're making a lot of money. And that's just like any business. When you're making a lot of money, things could be more passive, and you could do a lot of other things. You could take trips. You could do a lot of take a lot of breaks. Focus on your hobbies when you have a lot of money. But for people that are just getting started, that may not be the truth. And so I think that's where transparency is a very big issue. So let's transition into the special framework. If you are very interested in securing financial success, just make sure that you check out the link in the description. I have some information for you. It is not like MLM. It is not something where you're going to have to pay ongoing fees for the rest of your life as well as long as you're in the business. It's not like that. Very different strategy that will allow you to make passive income, and I call it the passive income framework. So go ahead and check that out. Again, check out the first link in the description. I want to thank you for watching. Remember, before you consider this Amway business opportunity, it's crucial to understand the risks that are involved.